Wait, yeah, it was George. During the whole George Floyd thing, she couldn't have us, you know, keep doing the whole. Oh, Jesus. They couldn't have us keep doing the whole bullshit COVID line over summer. So they needed something to distract us, which turned into be, almost a revolution. But they gave us like 4 or 5 different stories. Shatina Grady-L, George Floyd, the guy that was in Florida running, and the black guy that was running, and the white guys just decided to shoot him. And then there was a couple more I don't remember. But Shatina Grady-L was her family member had been some sort of domestic situation had happened, so the cops were there. Her and her husband, a couple of houses down, so they walked over to see what was going on. The police were real shitty to them, told them, stop fucking, yeah, stay out of here until we're done. So then once they were done, she walked back over to go see her family members. Where this big and this is a medium-sized black woman. This giant white cop gets in her face, and she's like, "We told you to leave." And she's like, "What do you mean? You guys were done. I waited. I did what you said." And the cop starts being a dick to her, and she's not going to take it. So she starts yelling back, and the cop ends up grabbing her and punching her in the face a couple of times. And so then the story gains some attention, and she's interviewed by Charlie Langdon on Fox 2. And, if he's not a Jew, I'd be surprised. But he knows who he works for. So her and her husband are being interviewed, and they think they're there to, like, talk about what happened to them. When out of the blue, and this is only a few minute segment to begin with, out of the blue, Charlie goes, "So I understand that you guys are Moors, the religion Moors, and you don't believe that cops should interfere in people's lives. So now that you've had something like this happen, you think the cops should interfere?" And they were both just like, "Wait, what? What the fuck are you talking about?" And you could see that she got a little pissed, and I can't remember exactly how she responded, but then Charlie was like, "All right, we're going to go to break real quick." He like hits her with this bullshit and then goes to break, and then they come back, and they talk about the Moore thing a little bit more, but the segment just ends, and that's that. And of course, her story is overshadowed by the George Floyd story. It shouldn't have been. It should have been, it should have added to the George Floyd story, but it didn't. Bitch beard. You mentioned bitch beard. I just love from God's not stream. Thank you, Jesus. I thought you were blocked. For what? Good morning. Do you really hit cap locks every fucking word you type? Or you hit shift every word you type? Why do you do that? That's such a weird thing to do. So much extra effort for nothing. And when King Goyim runs this piece, you will cease. America KKK. Yeah. So anyway, so I mean, yes, it's part of your demon possession. Ooh. Ooh, demon possession. Ooh. What a shitty demon. Then you do extra work for good reason. go back to Charlie Kirk. Like, people talk about how sad this is. He was a father. He was all these things. He shouldn't have been shot for his views and all that. And it's like, you understand that he was an advocate of genocide because one group of people views themselves as supreme and can do anything they want to do. And so they were committing genocide because they just wanted this land for whatever reason. Like, you can't sit here and feel sorry for this guy who said, that some people have to be shot sometimes for us to be able to have our rights. That's what happens. But I just think that, like, people aren't, like, the way people keep talking about it, they make it sound like it was, like they're buying the whole lone gunman nut standard theory that's presented to us. I want to be debated. I just don't, I don't think it was us that did it. I don't buy that narrative. The whole setup is just silly, and it seems to fit the standard narrative they provide us. These silly, this happened because of this. Look at this shit. I can't win today, huh? I'm not allowed to have a feed today. Interesting. Seems like every time I start talking about Charlie, the feed gets all fucked up. Why? Why would you not want us talking about it? Why wouldn't we talk about it? This is a member of society and all these other things, right? Whoa, yuck. Look at the fucking spider. Holy shit. Wow. Not fucking with that. Shh, what are you doing? Good morning. You have a giant spider. You have a giant spider on your front porch.
I do?
Yeah, and the web goes right across the stairs. Yeah, so Dwayne can have fun with that one. Yeah, absolutely. That's a big spider. Did I just drop something? Comes right across here, connects to here, and the spider's right there. It's a monster. Right here.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a big one.
Got the mailbag there. Walk into it.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that's not fair. She's too nice. Where's the stick? I have to stick over here. Yeah, right. Balloon hands. The fiddliest. No. No way, no how. That's what I would say. Had to get a long one. So funny that we're like giants compared to them, and yet they still scare us.
I know.
You want me to kill it?
Yeah.
Here we go. Dead spider.
Good.
Have a good day.
Thanks again for doing that.
No problemo. I don't like the spider. I don't like doing that. Oh yeah, shit, we gotta get that dirt. So anyway, back to Charlie. Weird how that works. How what works? Oh, look, I didn't say anything bad. Did not show you my first comment. No, it said it just sees. I just see weird how that works. Nope. Unless there's like they hid 3. I don't know what that means. They hid the 3rd video. Oh yeah, yeah. It was gone when I exited out. It did the. It said error, and then it just disappeared. Jesus Christ, it's bad today, man. Seems strange that they're so determined to stop me from saying this. If I'm wrong, why don't I just get it? Like, there are Epstein videos out there. Clearly, Epstein is, like, people want to say, oh, I can't talk about Epstein. I shouldn't say the name, this, that, and the other. They want us making Epstein videos. They like us making Epstein videos. The reason we know about Epstein is because they wanted us to begin with. There's so many Charlie Kirk videos out there. Nobody's fucking with those. I mean, everything is obvious. You know, are they all say the same things. But it's right there for you. You know, I'm not speaking out of turn here, other than talking about one certain thing that nobody else talks about. I have T-Mobile. I'm in the middle of the suburbs of Detroit, surrounded by cell phone towers. I've updated my system. I updated the app. I've done everything I can do to make this shit work. So why do you think this happens on my feed if I'm wrong? Why does it seem like I'm super censored if I'm just some dumbass spitting out nonsense? You know? There's even people that are talking about how Israel killed Charlie. It's not like I'm that out there, but I haven't heard people take it back like I have. Charlie's entire existence was to be shot when he was shot. September 10th, was it? 2026 or 2025? What does that all equal up to numerically and shit like that? Algo said something about there were too many 33s, but he didn't elaborate. You're not wrong. Simple as that. It's all it can be. I mean, that's the whole. That's the whole point in all of this. That's the point in all of this. Is that we just talk about whatever it is to the point where we say, okay, this is the only way this could work. We'll slice the shit out of it. Occam's razor the shit out of it. Right? We'll chop off all the fat that doesn't. What's left is the thing that we'll believe. So if somebody can make a good argument against the thing being said, well, then we need to address that. As soon as we get to that point where no good arguments can be made, and it's just like this is the way it is, we should be doing with everything. And the I mean, we're all just here. We should be here unified. It's so fucking ridiculous. Reagan said it, you know. I wonder what would happen if there was an existential threat from space. Would we unify? Of course we'd unify. The only reason we're not unified is because they tell us not to be. You know, most people can't explain to you why they hate gay people, other than some biblical bullshit, which literally has no backing, no, you know. I'd love it if you bring up Sodom and Gomorrah in that conversation. But then when it comes to, you know, the next question is, okay, so you believe it's bad biblically. Why do you believe the Bible's true? And you know, like I had a lady on here, I had some broad around here yesterday. She didn't like being called a broad. But I had some broad on here yesterday. And she was, you know, she was like, oh, I'll answer. I'll tell you why. Because Jesus is king. And it's like, okay, so why do you think Jesus is king? Because the Bible says so. Like, you believe the Bible is real because Jesus is king. And you believe Jesus is king because the Bible said so. Just what level that people are on, and that how do we get them to move past that? Is that just the NPC level that they'll go with whatever the popular belief thing is at the time? Like, I don't get it. Oh, look. Fat fucking pedophile dumbass broad. Kristen Mayfield is here. I mean, seriously. Gonna come in here and talk shit at the same time. Never comes in and says, yeah, we do need to unify. Yeah, we should kill pedos. Yeah, blah, blah. She never says anything like that. Just constantly trying to hurt my feelings. You're a big, fat, nasty broad. you're a fucking, you're involved in the pedophile trade. Like, you're a piece of shit. I couldn't care. I hope you hate my shit. I absolutely hope you hate it. It's not made for you. We don't support pedos around here. Like, there are songs made for you encouraging you to kill yourself. But other than that, like, you know, you're insane. You're fucking insane. But this is what I'm saying, like, if I'm wrong about something, then let's just focus on that. Tell me what's wrong. Where the miss is. And they never do. It never works out that way. It's just crybaby shit. And that music and sit at keyboard with you rambling. Yep, rambling, there we go. We have our provided talking point. Good morning. How are you? You do the same. This guy is long dead. Long dead. I can't believe we still get his shit. Yep. And I sure would love to see big fat ass Kristen Mayfield, the pedophiles music. I wonder what she comes up with. I wonder what she does. Like, if the most creative she can be is this, what could produce that, if any? You know, obviously other than children, so she can sell them off. Use them for benefit, but you can talk all the shit you want. Why would I care? I hope people, you know, I never even said I think everybody would like what we do. I'd be more than happy if 10% did. You're an artist objective, so whatever you are. Look, but my music also encourages people to break from the Jew conspiracy theory. And, you know, she has a job to do. Her whole thing is to get you guys to not listen, not download. It's stupid. It's crazy. Just like their argument is always, you know, that the person saying it is crazy. It's the attempt to dismiss instead of engaging in what, you know, what this way or that way. It's just, it's crazy. Stay away from it. Stop kissing his ass, man. It's trash. Yep. And I'm terrible and I'm wrong. That's why you've been stalking me for years. Truth is objective, literally. Guy nailed it when he said that. I'm sorry. You know, we're in a war here. We're in a war. And if you ask Kristen Mayfield what is her motivation to stalk me for years, she can't tell you. And at the same time, I can tell you. You know, I can tell you exactly what would motivate someone like her to be here. She knows. She knows people like her. When I have the platform, when I win the presidency in 2028, that her, like, she'll be hunted down. You know, all of their contributions and all of their shit talk, it's going to lead to their demise because they'll be able to be tracked down. Whoever's behind the profile. And who knows? I mean, the profile that I believe Kristen Mayfield to be, She'll probably have a heart attack before then. She's fucking fat. Like fat, fat, fat. Bet she can't name one logical reason. She won't. She won't. There's no reason why somebody would waste so much energy on me. If I'm just wrong and I'm just some doofus, some random one of millions of doofuses on YouTube and shit. The only way it makes sense is if there's some sort of much deeper connection. What if someone disagree with you? They are interested in what you have to say. Where is that ever a problem? I don't think I ever encourage anybody to agree with me. I always encourage you to disagree with me. I don't ever encourage anybody to pat me on the back or tell me how great I am or anything like that. I want to know what I'm wrong about. It seems YouTube actually hides my good comments or some other entity. Yeah, I mean, it's what happens. It's called censorship. It's what they do. It's literally all they have. Other than censorship and gaslighting in the, that's crazy category, they literally have. Sure, yeah, it's just, again, unless you're telling me what I'm wrong about, that's the stuff that I like. I like the challenge. I like the opportunity to learn. Like, I like when people can beat me in video games because that means I have to try harder. At least I used to. I don't really play video games anymore. But it was always like, oh, sweet, there's a challenge, because normally there's not a challenge. But we need to really, talk about the reality of the situation. Go back to Charlie Kirk and watch how the feed starts fucking up. I think Charlie Kirk was always supposed to die. He might not have known it. See, I have such a hard time talking about it because it's the shirt, his shirt. What the fuck was going on with his shirt? Answer that question sufficiently, and then we can talk. But that to me seems like, why are there no cell phone videos and live feeds of Trump being shot? Same sort of focal point, like fork in the road focal point, where we can't get any further in the conversation until we address this glaring, inconsistency. I'm even censored on video games. Can't copy and paste it. I get voice banned when I talk about this stuff, guy does. Right, well, I mean, why? Why? We're supposed to have free speech. At the very least, again, it's about understanding. If I'm wrong about something, how can I be right? How can I learn from my mistakes if we're not allowed to talk about it? Yep, here's the nut. See, right away. Mental illness. Right? I am crazy because you're not smart enough to ask the same questions I ask or answer them. Brother in Christ. What? They produce oxygen and runoff on nuclear power. Sure. Right? Because they have many nuclear power plants inside of them, along with many water distillation plants or desalination plants. And then They just run an electrical current through the water, which separates the oxygen from the hydrogen, and then they collect the oxygen. Huh. Meaning they just then dump a whole bunch of hydrogen into the ocean, I guess. Like, there are explanations, but do they make sense? As soon as you start talking about ballast tanks, like, everybody thinks they're so smart because they know what ballast tanks are. But do they make sense? Especially the operation of them, the filling and emptying, that would have to be computers. Like, it would have to be computers taking in and pushing out the exact same amount of water out of all tanks at the same time, intaking, and we're talking about 50s. In the 50s, we had that technology. Do you know what computers look like in the 50s? At least what they show us computers look like? I haven't seen something from the early, or from pre 1980, where the computer is anything other than like a big box with flashing lights on it, or like a thing you can sit at that's this big box. But it's all just bullshit. Whoa, you know so much about nuclear energy. I'm always talking about nuclear energy. Let's see. Submarines today are deflecting like usual. Oh, here we go. Here we go. But guys smarter than you design submarines, they could answer your questions. Guys smarter than you design submarines, they could answer your questions. Gee, submarine work, the same reason why a battleship floats. Yeah. What? Yeah. What? Their water is not works. Full of liquid. Pound body that's 70% water. Bones and all this heavy shit. 200 pounds. Doesn't sink unless I exhale all my air. That worth of air, that little bitty pocket of air, keeps this whole body floating. You want to talk about displacement and all that other bullshit? The amount of air that will keep a 200-pound man's body floating compared to the amount of air that's inside a fucking giant nuclear. It's just silly. It's just silly. It's not even a conversation worth having. You believe submarines because you haven't looked at. You believe shit. That's really all it is. There are lots of people out there that question space travel and still don't think that, and still think we can fly through water though. Schizo babble. Yep, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a piece of shit Jew here. Right? This is what they do. Schizo, babble, deflection, take your meds. This is what they do. These are dead giveaways as to who's interfering. Who is way more concerned with my belief in submarines than they are we should kill pedophiles. I'm Palestinian, idiot. Yeah, I believe that. I believe you're a Palestinian. Like, it's just a joke, man. You guys are just fucking jokes. Yep. Yep, because guys with haircuts, or guys with long hair are trans. I am the ugliest trans woman I can think of, but hey, that's okay. But see, this is what I mean. Like, you hear what's being said. We should kill pedophiles. We should eliminate this J control scheme. Instead of having the whole Charlie Kirk thing. Of course they're not going to talk about it. Like it's all the same bullshit. They want us to be these stupid fucking goyim slaves, you know, where each one of the 200 that each of them get. And the way they hide it is by, people thinking that it's supposed to be a literal translation. But it's just stupid. How could any one person control 2,800 people? Against their will as slaves. It's just not a possibility. But when you look at it like it, for each of them to have the free life that they require, to be able to, commit the sacrifices they need to commit, spill the blood they need to spill, it requires of us. Gotta love that. Look at that. I look like I'm one of you. Yeah. Look at these dumb comments. Like, can you imagine? It's crazy how many white people, not just white people, but still white people, are dumb enough to believe that something can make somebody, like, if you think something can turn somebody gay or turn somebody trans, and basically it's a choice that people are making, that you know, it's not who they are, it's not how they're hardwired. It means it's a choice for you. You're the one that's choosing. Now, you can't understand, you know, that it's not a choice. For someone like, you know, gay is gross for me to do it, and trans is ridiculous for me to do it. But oh shit, we're getting low. Do I think people shouldn't be allowed to do that shit? No. And I think if you're somebody that's willing to put a dick in your mouth, if you're somebody that's willing to evil, and wasn't the gay trans distraction, then we would have to look at it from a different perspective, and we would look at, like, who keeps getting caught in these situations? Who wrote the laws that need to be changed in the first place? The craziest shit about the Epstein, like, again, you're allowed to make all the Epstein videos you want, as long as you don't talk about the Jewish connection. And that's the only thing that matters. Because Epstein isn't just Epstein. It's not just Epstein existed. There's the mechanism, which is, anyhow, you can't even really find any interest in any information on it. They're messing. Of course they are. This is the 5th try today. Which means they have to go through, like, they have to do really, really extensive efforts to try to keep my numbers down. All the normal tricks of the trade don't seem to work. People keep coming, the numbers keep climbing, so they have to do what they can to shut it down. Oh, what does it mean to a daydream believer? Those fucking old songs are just gross. He's singing about a homecoming queen? The fuck is he singing about a homecoming queen? So this is what happens to your brain. Smoke too many spice blunts. This is it. You start questioning Judaism. You start thinking pedophiles need to die. Sounds like you need to smoke some spice blunts, huh? How come none of these guys are actually defending Judaism? The friars, they're they're on high alert since the Kirk said. No, it was before that. My feed started getting fucked with 2, 3 days before that. If you just go look at the numbers, there's a drastic difference between, you know, a week ago and today. You have to see what's said before you to see. And don't trust what you're told. Understand that, like, again, it's so much deeper than people are willing to understand. When I call these people pedophiles, it's fact. You know? It's a fact. You have to ask yourself, like, they're not going to come out with signs on saying, yeah, I'm a pedo. But the exchange of child exploitation materials online, videos, movies, shit like that, that wouldn't be one of the largest online businesses in the world if it was just a small group of people doing it. You know, uh, it wouldn't be such a huge problem. Like, there wouldn't be pedos caught every day by the pedo hunters if it was some small problem. Come on, let's go. Are you gonna go inside, man? Go. You're crying about the shit. I don't actually know, man. You called me a Mossad agent yesterday, my name. Why would I think you're anything? Either you're a Mossad, you know, not just a Mossad agent. Like, a lot of these are act.il. Act.il made agents out of everyone. Act.il is one of their primary weapons. act.il was a social networking service used by pro-Israel by pro-Israel people to attack people who talk about Israel. And they're provided with the talking points because they're inbred fucking morons who can't actually think for themselves. So they're given all the things that they should say. One of the main ones is to take your meds, schizophrenic, you know, that bullshit. And oh, it's a very efficient system. And they get points, they get prizes, you know, prizes, new cars, you know, trips, you know, because nobody's. Shut up. Uh-huh. Well, if you don't like Israel, then you should support this feed. Pretty simple. If you're some dumb Christian who can't handle being questioned, well, I'm sorry. I know Christians don't seem to like it, especially white guys, but shit doesn't go your way all the time. I'm sorry you believe something you're told to believe and you don't want to know about it. You don't want to understand it. This system is what it is for a reason. It's not all accidental. It's not just, oh, it's just worked out this way. Oh, weird. anything. So I went back and I studied, prepared. Let's have it. Like, that's not how it works. Or doesn't like it, I guess. But, the fact I have you worshiping some Jewish guy should tell you everything you need to know. But again, that's the point. It's like most people aren't interested in why they believe something. Why do you believe Jesus loves me? Why aren't you saying Muhammad loves me? Allah loves me. Why don't you say those things instead? Why do you choose to be a Christian? What have you seen or heard that justifies that belief structure? It's nothing. Because again, it's not like these people are sitting there, they have the ultimate argument to destroy what I'm saying. They're just waiting for the right time to say it. If Sharon had something intelligent to say, she'd say it. She literally has nothing intelligent to say. She's not an intelligent person. Not only is she not an intelligent person, she believes in stupid things, which makes her even dumber. It's embarrassing, man. I can't imagine you asking me, why do I think this way or why do I think that way? And I get mad at you for asking that question. I don't have an answer, so I get mad instead. It's fucking silly, man. It's silly. And it shows you what you need to see. You have to be better than. You have to be able to see what's being shown to you and not just what they want you to see. How was that sex?
It's okay.
How was the sex?
The top of my scalp.
Mm-hmm. I know you were out having sex. You would do. This doesn't even look good. Huh? They should cut off, and they're interfering with the feed. And I'm sick of the feed. And I'm sick of it. 5 tries later, it's not working. They're shutting shit down, and that's okay. You need these as well as the other ones to prove the point. So go get your free download, www.the-bilderberg-group.com. Go watch Hollywoodism, the most important film ever made. Links will be in the description, obviously. If I'm allowed to put them there. If you don't see a link in the description, go to a previous video. There'll be a link to the Israel Hayom article, which is something everybody should read, Bottom of Darkness. No, it's going to kick you out over and over again as you try to read it. But you have to be diligent. You have to fight the power. Fight the power. But if you read it, you understand that the ritual sexual abuse is just everywhere. These pieces of shit are everywhere. This is what they do everywhere. So, go check it out. Oh. I guess the comment section wasn't shut off. But go check out Bottom of Darkness, and then go check out the Facebook videos. We have another one coming out, hopefully soon. I got to get on Charles to do it, but I'm so excited about it. We'll see how it works out for us. But you have yourself a wonderful day. Go like, share, and sub the page. Like, share, and sub this page. You know, pay attention. And if you can come up with better answers than I can, I'd love to hear them. But we see what it is. So have yourself a wonderful day. And you pedophiles, you fucking kill yourself.